there is a giant wood pile that is waiting to be burned.
Oh God.
Great.
So maybe.
So
Fun.
So we're probably gonna have a giant fire full of snakes and spiders.
Well, possibly. It could also have, what are they? They're not chipmunks. They're bigger. They're not marmots. Groundhogs. It could also have a groundhog in it.
Okay. They're great. I saw a groundhog here recently. Well, not that recently, but
we did a Groundhog Day episode.
We
did.
Hey, listeners. This is Debut Buddies. It's a fortnightly podcast about firsts. And I'm Nate, and I'm one of the buddies.
And I'm Kelly. I'm an additional buddy.
I'm Chelsea. I'm the other buddy.
Yay. Can I tell you a quick anecdote quick?
Yeah.
So, listeners, you remember we had our guest, Savannah Sneeringer, a few units of time ago.
Yep.
And she, a while back, texted me and was like, I love the intro to Debut Buddies. You all have such great podcasting, like first and last, great podcasting names. And literally the next episode is when we stopped referencing our last names. And I've just been sitting on this secret this whole time.
Should we take it from the top?
No, this was good.
No,
this
we're
is
good.
Great. Or do you want a different intro?
I would do it for Savannah this once.
Yeah.
I would take it from the top for Savannah. We're keeping all of this in.
Okay, just for Savannah, just this once.
Hey, listeners. This is Debut Buddies. It's a fortnightly podcast about first. My name is Nate Regolia, and I'm one of the buddies.
And I'm Kelly Attaway. I'm an additional buddy.
I'm Chelsea Hollander. I'm the other buddy.
Hell
we
yeah.
did it!
Hey.
Woo! For a second, I kind of didn't remember my name. This episode is a fantastically wonderful one, I think.
Yeah.
I can't imagine anything about this going wrong because we watched a really awesome movie, the first Studio Ghibli movie, directed by Hayao Miyazaki. It's titled The Castle in the Sky, and it's lovely.
Yeah.
It's so cute. I had such a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Did
Beautiful.
we watch? I watched the dub. I intended to watch the subtitles. Didn't really. I ran out of time.
Where?
To rewatch it on HBO Max.
Okay.
What?
They had a dub version because I did not, and I really wanted to watch a dub version.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
So I had to watch my viewing experience. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I have been a bit busy, and I have been watching it in 15-minute spurts in which I can stare at the screen.
Sure.
Because, you
Because you have to
can't do
read
that
the whole time. Yeah.
But it did make me want to do Japanese Duolingo. So now I am on that Duolingo train.
Hell yeah. We need to be
dude.
friends. You can join me on my 1,777-day streak.
Nope, that's just going to make me feel bad about myself.
Lord.
No, thank you.
No, you shouldn't feel bad because I don't know French.
Yes, you do. If you watched a French film, you would know at least like 50% of the words.
I
You
pick
could
up a lot
probably
of
watch it
words.
without subtitles and be like, I know what they're saying.
Well,
I
but
understand
here's
what's going on.
I should
the thing
test that
about
out.
French movies is even you and me,
There's a lot of
Chelsea,
whispering.
could watch a French art film and know what they're saying. Not a lot of
Oui.
words in the artsy
That's
French
true.
movies.
This
That
is
is very
true.
true.
Vibes.
Yeah, what? It's baguettes, there's bicycles, kissing,
Cigarettes.
You know, it's
How
all
are you getting the
Yeah, I mean,
cigarettes?
come on. No, the dub that is on there was the 2008 dub. Is that correct
Oh.
year? I don't remember.
Yeah.
So it's
Any
got
famous voices?
the
James
Disney
Van Der
dub.
Beek is.
Oh, sorry, that was very. I was very
Yeah.
excited about that. Love him.
James Van Der Beek is our boy. Shoot, what's our boy's name?
Patsu.
Pansu. Yeah, James Van Der Beek. Anna Paquin is Sheeta.
Aw.
What?
Cloris Leachman is the pirate leader.
Yeah, that checks out.
Mark
Dola?
Hamill is the bad guy, whose name
Yep,
I don't remember
also
now.
checks out. Mm-hmm.
My God.
Yeah, it's a great
Solid cast.
stacked cast, and
Okay.
and
Damn.
good. Kelly, did you watch?
I'm
the
gonna
dub,
rewatch
or did you
it.
watch the sub?
I watched dub, but the old dub.
Oh, you watched the old dub. Okay.
So we each watched a
Oh.
different version. This is amazing.
Wow.
This is good.
Yeah,
This
I
is
watched
really
the
good.
like 98 dub, which after watching it, I looked it up, and the internet seems to think that is hard to find or like not
No.
commonly distributed. It's just on Amazon. I just rented it on Amazon. Didn't know it was special. Just picked it. Here's what happened. I'm typically a subs gal. But I needed my hands I needed my eyes. I was doing a craft and I needed my eyes to be looking at the craft. So I rented it, immediately recognized that I had downloaded the subs version and was like, son of a bitch, they get $4 for free. And then I went and rented the dub. And yeah, no names that I recognized in the credits.
Yeah, I can go through. I'll go through the '88 dub cast real quick. You've got Barbara Goodson as Patsu. You've got Louise Campbell as Sheeta. Rachel Vanavan as Dola. Jack Witt as Muska. Mark Richards as the General. Uncle Palm is played by Fujio Tokita. Mr. Duffy is Charles Wilson. No big names. No big names there. Other people rounding out the 2008 dub or 2003 dub. It's 2003. You got Mandy Patinkin.
Drop everything.
Yeah.
I have to
You should have led with that one. Holy cow.
Andy Dick.
Wait, did you
Also.
lead with that one? You did
throat.
2008. So there are 3 versions?
Oh, I guess there's another version. Maybe they remastered it in 08?
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know. It did seem like the history was complicated because I guess it didn't do well in North America. And then there were just iterations. It sounds like even the soundtrack got touched up in one of the later dubs.
Yeah, this one I watched definitely had like the correct OG like anime JRPG soundtrack because it was really like it felt like a Nintendo game. It felt like Final Fantasy or Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, I did feel like
the whole time.
Mine did too.
Yeah, but I think this is really interesting that we all watch different versions. I mean, my reason for watching the dub was that Miyazaki's films are always so beautiful that if I'm watching it for the first time, I want to like look at it.
Yeah,
and I can't do that with subtitles. Like I really and it's not, it's not that I dislike reading. I love a good subtitled movie. But even like live action subtitled movies, I find myself distracted from the filmmaking because I'm often like you're either trying to catch up with it or you're reading slow or whatever, right? Like and sometimes a person just kind of wants to have a couple of beers and maybe a little marijuana and watch a movie, and I can't keep up with reading something zipping by on the screen like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I hear ya. My favorite like TV shows to watch are ones that I can treat like a podcast. Like I don't need to look at it. I can be doing a puzzle. I can be knitting, and they're just talking and I can hear them. That works great for me. This, even though I watched a dub, it still required a lot of attention. Like there are long stretches where there is no dialogue. It's just action on the screen. So yeah, even listening the dub, I found myself having to be like, oh, okay,
What's
pause
happening?
what I'm doing. Let me look up. Hold on. Rewind a second.
Well, because all the sections that aren't like exposition loaded are so intricate and beautiful. I mean, there are sequences where we are watching people operate these fictional mechanical ships and things or just cook or whatever. And those activities are done with this care that all of this is hand animated by like dozens of people while one person is like, animate that differently because it's not reading the way I want it to. It's amazing that this is within the human capacity.
Like I don't understand how do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also
No, I'm legitimately asking how.
so many pictures that keep getting moved and people
Just
keep looking at new kind
It's a
of
flip book.
it's kind of that. I mean,
Okay.
it's because it's remarkable, like because computer animation is cool and everything, but there's no replacing this. Like this has a specific feel and energy that is all its own, and it legit comes off as timeless rather than because you go back and watch like Toy Story 1 now, and that movie looks like it's janky. It doesn't look great.
Oh.
It still looks pretty good, but I mean it's like it's
I'll need to go
early
watch
for
it.
you.
It's
He's
early
coming for
CG.
you. Disney?
Yeah.
Pixar?
Yeah, we're coming for him. Even though they
Yes.
remastered some of these Miyazaki movies.
Yeah.
But
that's right.
But yeah, like you can't feel the age of this in the same way. Like it's old, but it could be any window of time. And it looks good enough that it could be relatively recent.
Yeah.
Yes. Like it does feel it feels old but not dated. Like it feels well worn, I think is how it feels to me. Like it's got like a cozy, there's like a texture to it, whereas a lot of computer animated stuff is very smooth and sort of like, I don't want to say it's flat because so much has changed and evolved in that field over the last decade, but it like this feels like it just feels richer. Like it feels like you could do like a reverse The Ring and crawl into the screen.
And you kind of want to at times, right?
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna go live on this castle.
Yeah,
on this flying castle in the sky.
You want to hang out on Laputa?
Yeah, Laputa.
Laputa is how they said it in my
that's
dub.
how it is. Yeah, I said it wrong.
I had Laputa.
Laputa.
They said I think they said Laputa in my dub. But
Laputa. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop trying to pronounce it. That's not for me. This is never for me.
So Carrie Ellis. So the
God damn it.
So a little bit of history for this is Miyazaki goes to Wales in the aftermath of the 1984 coal miners' strike and is inspired to make this movie from that. And you can see that in the beginning of the movie. The beginning of the movie reads very like Welsh, like English Isles. And it definitely is. There's mining going on. It's not coal. It's this other stuff. It's the magical stone, the lapis lazuli kind of thing that they're sort of aping.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of ways that I can see maybe kid me watching this and being a little bored by the opening part because of the mining and things. But I was so like amped on it watching it. In part because it lays a lot of groundwork. It's like good exposition, but it gives you a sense of like this. We have a world being exploited, and we're going to be talking about exploiting worlds with technology as a focus of the movie, and how humans tend to destroy nature and its beauty in service of somehow harnessing it for destruction. Interesting theme.
Yay!
Yeah.
Rare to see such a theme in Japanese cinema. I'm being facetious because it's literally all that after World War II. But yeah, so you have that, and then but the thing that struck me was like there's the timeless joke of the bar fight that breaks out, and they go out in the street, and then the two guys like flex out of their shirts.
Yeah,
and I was just like, this is great. Fucking great.
Yeah, it made me laugh. And I also loved that, like, I don't know, it was like a different level of that sort of bravado. It was like, I don't know, it was just funny. I guess I shouldn't have started the sentence because I can't fully describe it in words, but it felt different and it made me laugh. Yeah. I also liked that the beginning because it establishes so much of Patsu's character. Like right off the bat, you're like, got it. He's here to help people. He's responsible. He's an orphan. Character established.
Yeah. And then we get another character who falls from the sky. We establish her right away. She's been kidnapped. She's on an airship. We got a bad dude who's holding her captive. We got pirates that are breaking her out, but nobody's here to rescue her. It's just everybody wants her necklace.
Right.
And then she's so principled that she just bails out of this thing. And who knows how many tens of thousands of feet up in the air she is, but she's like, okay, bye. And then she falls. And it's some of the coolest stuff
wild.
To see her like light as a feather, stiff as a board, floating down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, her for the listener, if you haven't seen it, her necklace is like protective. So all of these people are trying to wrest it away from her. That's why she's been kidnapped. And yeah, when she plummets herself out of an airship, fortunately, she did not know this was going to happen. It makes like an air bubble around her and gently and delicately floats her to Earth.
Until she's roughly 5 inches above Hansu's hands over a
Yep.
ravine, and
Yep.
then she re-embraces
Fortunately,
gravity.
shout out Patsu.
Curious.
Although I will say,
Lifting with his
like,
back, dangerous.
well,
Oh.
he's still young. He's
Well,
got
yeah, sure, but
he's
it's
impervious.
a bad habit.
to-
It's a bad habit to
Truly.
get into.
And if he's going to continue being a minor, he's going to need to learn, proper form.
Well, he's going to grow up sometime, Kelly, so he's not going to be a minor forever.
Well,
Saw that one coming. Just
oh
Good.
God,
I'm glad.
see what you did there.
She saw what you did there.
I can't wait for the day when you're like, no, I already know, and shut up. I know what's coming, and then you just start saying the stuff that I want to say. That will be when we know that we've hit the podcast, the singularity.
Singularity.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I will say, before a recording of Never Show the Monster not too long ago, I made a horrible joke about that caliber and was like, oh no, I've become Nate.
I have become Nate, destroyer of jokes.
No, it's happening here too. Anyway, she falls to Earth, and when Patsu like grabs her and is like, "I'll take her home," I was like, I feel uncomfortable. like if I'm Sheeta, and that's her name, yeah, Sheeta,
Yeah, Sheeta.
and I like wake up in some strange boys, I'm just gonna be like, what happened here? What happened here? I need so many answers. Like, I am not gonna be nearly as friendly as she was upon waking.
I think that she had the
start at the top.
expectation that she would not wake up at that point. So the fact that she did was probably a pleasant surprise. I think there's a lot of problematic moments in this film. Was not so much worried about the little boy helping her out.
I was just imagining it from her perspective. I knew as the viewer that he was chill.
I was way more afraid of the old men on the ship. And it seems
and how
like
they
old
all
men
want
in
to
general
date her.
Are very I was just talking about the old men that she jumped from, and then not the old men in the future. But
all of Dola's
a lot
sons.
of old men and child stuff that's very weird. I did not a fan of that. But not super old men. All the super old men were great.
Yeah,
there's definitely like some sort of
medium old
age
bad.
to
Medium old
horniness
bad.
relativity going on. As long it's a bell curve situation. As long as you're at one of the ends of the bell curve, you're not a monster.
You're not uncomfortable. Because
I think that's part of Ponsu's thing, right? Like he's pretty asexual. Like you don't get any indication from him at any point in the movie that he's like wah wah boom, you know?
Not at least not overtly. I was a little bit like, I feel like we're towing the line with a Star Wars situation.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Absolutely.
What's going on here? You two, let's build a family tree before we start falling in love. Just real quick.
Right. Because your dad has pictures of this place, but he never got there. But maybe he did.
But maybe he did. Like,
maybe in that storm he crashed
age.
and there was a little like womp womp, and then
Foxy lady. So I was just like, I don't know. I'm nervous. Let's ask some questions real quick.
So yeah, I what other experience do either of you have with Miyazaki's films and with Studio Ghibli?
Howl's Moving Castle was a movie I watched quite some time ago. I've watched it multiple times, I think. I think that sounds like I'm not sure of that. I definitely have watched it.
You're watching it right now, actually, which is
it's
weird.
on in the background all the time. Kiki's Delivery Service is also one that I've seen, and I was Kiki. There was a anime con that was here, and I was going through a time where I was like, yeah, I will try stuff. I will go out and I'll do fun things. So I dressed up as Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service, and it was fun. And
Are you still trying stuff, or was
am I
that
still trying
She swore
cosplay?
off fun things.
Yeah,
No more fun things
yeah,
for
that's
Chelsea.
fair. I did. Once I got a job that sucked the life out of me. Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
I would love to cosplay again. I got at that time, like I made the bag for my costume. I didn't make the dress. I did buy the dress, but I was really excited to continue on doing that. But because of being
Capitalism.
yeah,
Let's
that's
do
it.
it.
That's the
Let's
word.
get on the
That's
capitalism
one.
soapbox.
It took everything away from me, and I can no longer dress as cute little Miyazaki characters. But it's so nice because even Kiki looks exactly like Shita at the beginning of the film. That I was like, oh, that's just I have that outfit. I can be that. It's fine.
Cute.
Yeah, and I did end up getting for my Halloween costume. I have a very long brown wig because I was Halloween Tree, the girl from Halloween Tree last year.
Yeah.
2 years ago? Last year? I don't know. Time.
Flat circle,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah.
Should we go to a con together? Should we try to make that an episode?
Yeah, I'm for it.
Because that would be a lot of fun. Okay, so some background, Chelsea, on Miyazaki. You've enjoyed his work in the past.
Yes.
Kelly?
Not a ton. I've watched, I don't know, I've seen like Spirited Away, but probably not since high school. I don't really remember much. That might be it. Okay, here is my more direct experience is Miyazaki is always so pessimistic, and it's become like a meme on the internet, and I fucking love it. It's so funny because his his movies are like so beautiful and lush, and then it's just him like head in his hands being like, the world is doomed. Why do I continue doing this?
He's an animated Werner Herzog, right?
Relatable. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And he's not wrong. Like thematically, all of his films are about some sort of existential crisis around humans and nature, or humans and humans, or humans and imagination, or humans
technology
and fascism, or technology or whatever. Because like Spirited Away is effectively like, look, capitalism and progress destroys all these things that are important to us, and we become detached from the things that are important.
Yeah.
We literally forget who our rivers forget who they are.
Spoiler, I have not seen it.
Well,
spoiler.
I'm not spoiling. It's a vague spoiler.
Okay, I appreciate vague spoilers.
Princess Mononoke, have either of you seen that?
No, have not.
You know what? I believe that is the one I have seen, not Spirited Away.
Okay.
Did you think it was Spirited Away because of horses?
No, I think that I just there are things that like I know the titles of, but don't have a strong association with the content. Which one? She cuts her hair? Mulan. Not that.
Yeah.
That's Princess Mononoke.
Song.
Princess Mononoke is the giant wolves, giant boars, forest spirits.
I've definitely seen that.
The cute little dudes with the hollow eyes that rattle their heads and
with the weird
wood
shaky
clicks.
Heads. Okay. That is what I have seen. What is Spirited Away then? Is that the one with the weird black hood, spooky eyes?
Yeah.
I like how we
Spirited Away.
This one?
We're both miming it.
Yeah.
A girl and her family in Spirited Away are moving to a new town, and they decide to pull off because they're waiting for the moving truck into an abandoned amusement park. That is part of Miyazaki's commentary on sort of the volatility of Japanese economics. So they go to this abandoned amusement park, and the little girl gets legit spirited away and ends up in a
with
ghostly spa. So there's all kinds of different ghosts and gods and wood spirits and things that are going to like a bathhouse, and she has to work there. And it's kind of a treatise on growing up, among other things. It's a great movie. Yeah, Princess Mononoke is like a man versus nature thing.
Yeah.
How much resources are we using? Why are we being destructive just to be destructive? And then kind of It's similar themes, honestly, to Castle in the Sky, because it's very much about that. It's
Mm-hmm.
just Castle in the Sky is a little gentler, because Princess Mononoke is pretty brutal. There's a lot of blood, there's a lot of gore.
Ooh.
That's what I remember. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't remember any of the plot. I just remembered a bunch of imagery that was
Oh.
violent.
Yeah.
Like,
Wolf Gillian Anderson, like, eats several people.
sorry, excuse me?
She's the lead
Start
of the
over?
wolf. She's the lead of the wolf, the giant wolves. Gillian Anderson voices the giant wolves in the dub.
This, oh gosh, that's that's dangerous, because here's my worry is, do you remember how every woman has a crush on animated Fox Robin Hood?
Yeah.
I feel like I might
You're gonna hit a wolf.
experience something similar with Gillian Anderson.
I wouldn't blame you. Yeah, Claire Danes is the female lead in that.
Okay.
Billy Bob Thornton's in that movie
Okay.
in what is kind of not a great performance by most accounts. He's just kind of
Okay.
doing his
Well,
Billy Bob Thornton thing. It's a little
I was
detached.
gonna say, is that normal? Like, that's just
Yeah.
how he always is.
Yeah.
Has he done anything recently? Bad Santa 15?
Yeah, I think Bad Santa 15
Okay,
comes
gotcha.
out on, ironically, the 26th. So,
No.
yeah.
Makes
He's
sense.
that bad. He just missed it
That bad.
completely.
They were just like,
Like,
yeah.
whoa.
So it sounds like you have a breadth of experience here.
I guess the question is, which ones have you not seen?
I actually quite a few. Like I haven't seen there's one of the early, this is a Miyazaki film, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, I think. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen Lupin 3, which is like that's actually like a series. It's Lupin the Third, actually. He's like a French thief. He's like a super thief, but Miyazaki made a movie about that guy that's supposed to be good. I haven't seen that. I recently watched Porco Rosso, which is a man who he's like a flying ace in World War One. Basically, he's the Red Baron, but because he's so good at war, he literally turns into like a pig man because it makes his humanity away. And it becomes kind of a redemption
story. We're on the nose,
story.
Miyazaki. We're on the nose, Miyazaki.
I know. The pig nose.
Oink, oink. He's like, if Animal Farm could do it.
That one's good. I just watched that recently because they all seem to be on Max now, which is pretty cool.
That's good.
So yeah, so I watched that. Michael Keaton is in Porco Rosso as the titular Porco Rosso.
Are we excited for the new one?
Yeah. Oh, I am so excited. The Boy and the Heron.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but amazing things about it so far, and I would like to try to catch it before it leaves the theaters.
It's in now?
Yeah.
Yes, it is in at time of recording, listeners. It's probably gone.
So it was great that you brought it up, Kelly.
Yeah. But yeah, I would like to see that very much because the thing with Miyazaki is it's kind of like the last 3 or 4 films, it always sort of seems like this might be the last one he does. Because he's getting up there in age.
He's retired 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, he's effectively said like, I'm gonna step away, and then he steps away for like 6 years, and then he comes back and then he spends 4 years making an incredible movie again.
I get it. I think that's how the meme started, because every time he comes back, he's like, God damn it, I hate this shit. And then it's like beautiful, whimsical, light imagery.
There was a TikTok that I watched where somebody was trying to show him like an AI. I don't know if it was AI generated, but it was like a weird like horror monster, and he just like ripped into them, and it was just the most visceral thing I've ever seen. I was like, oh my God, I would just start crying, and he looked like he was about to cry, and I was like, I would do the same. I was like, I mean, what you created was really gross, but he was like, why would you ever create anything like this? What is wrong? And I was like, he was like, what is the point of showing me this? And I was like, oh my God. He's right. He's 100% right.
He's notoriously prickly. Even like when he's working with people, he's prickly and like very like he knows what he wants. But I think he's an animation director who wants things to be accessible to people, and he doesn't want. I mean, I think he's always doing things to be timeless. So he looks at something like that, like something really gross and horrible, or he would look at several like contemporary animated films where there are visual gimmicks or whatever, and I don't think that aligns with what he wants, because he's like, well, no, people are going to get bored of looking at these weird things. Like, make it so that anybody at any time can put themselves in this story.
They're always like, oh God. I was gonna say they're always so like
speculation.
Mine is going on a different tangent. So come back with speculation.
Okay, so I also wonder, and I guess I haven't seen enough of the movies to make such a sweeping generalization, but based on this and a quick perusal of his themes online and the memes of him, I also sort of wonder if something negative and gross like that would be upsetting to him, because he seems to have such a focus on highlighting like good and optimistic things, like lifting the virtuous things as opposed to scaring you with the negative things. Like
Yeah.
like let the dream of something better guide you as opposed to the fear of something worse.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like instead of punishment,
Did she
doing
do it?
positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That was the vibe I was getting.
Gives you a lot of hope.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be afraid. Just like, I don't know, dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you don't necessarily learn anything from just abject terror.
Yeah.
Right. It
Like
like
other than to
shrinks
like
you.
completely avoid a topic, right? Like if you,
Right.
because that's sort of the tangential like nature of American horror in the 70s was like this will scare teens out of having sex and
Mhm.
drinking, and that's on
Right.
purpose. It is not there to be like, well, let's talk about safe sex and moderate drinking because Michael Myers only kills the really drunk, really fucking kids, right? No, it's just like anybody who does anything, this is going to
Right.
happen to you, so just don't do it,
Mhm.
you know?
One strike.
Yeah.
Abstinence only for everything. What were you going to say, Chelsea?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to talk about how like not fantastical the world is, because it's not as unreachable as some of the worlds that we see in fantasy lands.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it could be something that we could see if we just went somewhere else. And like that is something that I really like about it, is like if the world had ended up in a different path,
Mm-hmm.
this is what we could be seeing. And exactly to your point of having like hope and it being like more of a like this is what it could be. Like that's kind of how every movie that I have watched has been like, oh, it could be done in a what would be seen as a less like not like less technologically advanced, but more advanced in terms of like how just we interact with the world, and how it's like it's very what is it, solar punk, and
Yeah.
I'm big fan of that. 10 out of
New
10.
new vocab alert. Tell me, solar punk? What
Yeah, it's
this?
like whenever you incorporate nature and like instead of technology taking over the world and making it worse, solar
Yeah.
punk is like working with nature
Yeah.
and technology
Cool.
together.
Yeah,
It's
it's like
like
steampunk but
Cool.
renewable kind of
beautiful.
vibe.
But
Yeah.
renewable.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I love it. Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah,
About to go
Google it
down a
after,
rabbit
and then you'll be
hole.
like, this is beautiful. I love it. As
I
somebody who
just,
loves like cozy games and cozy things,
yeah.
like solar punk is like a beautiful world that we will
I
never
just,
live in.
I know. I feel like this is a potential theme for our coordinating costumes for the con we're gonna go to.
It's
Oh,
true.
I have
Okay.
Whoa,
that is
whoa,
like one of
oh!
my pinned.
Chelsea's using her attitude hand motions.
Well, that was very much
Tell
like
me.
exactly the girl that you showed me, the minimalist, the girl on
Oh,
Instagram.
machinist on
Yeah,
Instagram. Minimalist
that stuff
machinist.
is very solar punk. Like I
Got it.
cozy, futuristic,
Got it.
fucking love it. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. So,
Going
Hell yeah.
tangent
for
on
listeners who might be interested, this is an Instagram account. Her username is Minimalist Machinist, and her account is incredible. She is a fiber artist, but she's not like it's not like I don't know. She's also just a practical maker. And so a lot of her content is like, here's how I made these trousers and then adjusted them. But at the same time, she's also doing these like high concept experiments for herself. And
Mhm.
one of the long running ones that Chelsea is mentioning, she calls it soft apocalypse. And so
That's
she's
it. Soft
making
apocalypse.
like
Yeah.
garments or bags or whatever that are largely made of found or recycled fibers, and it's a lot of like pieced quilting and a lot of garments that can be used in multiple ways. So this is a vest, but if you like put your arm through this hole instead, it's a bag. Like it's very creative and very like multi-use and very environmentally consciously focused. It's great. It's a great account. Yeah, sounds like it is what is it? Solar punk?
That's how, like, whenever I
I
saw it,
love
I
it.
felt like it was the same. Like, it was cozy and warm and
Yeah.
futuristic, which I feel like whenever you think of like cyberpunk or any other steampunk or anything, it's like
Yeah.
more cold,
Mhm.
but hers was very warm, which was nice.
Yes, that's a great point. Yeah, she draws a lot of inspiration from like sci-fi stuff, but it's like woolly hand knit sweaters. Like it's a very interesting juxtaposition.
Yeah, her stuff looks a lot like the civilian outfits from 90s Star Trek. Like the things that like Riker would wear on shore leave or
Yeah.
anybody would wear on Deep Space Nine. You've got like a
Yeah.
lot of weird mismatched patterns, but like layered neutral colors
Yes.
and then like shoulder accents and things, and kind of like a quilty vibe, but
Yeah.
like maybe billowy sleeves or yeah. This is great.
Yeah.
I'm following it right now.
Yeah. It's a great account. I love it. I'm a patron supporter, which means I get access to her circle stories, so I'm seeing even more.
Hell yeah.
Highly recommend.
If you'd like to advertise formally with us, please email us, debutbuddies@gmail.com. We'll make you a really good deal. It would just be fun to have an agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I love Miyazaki's stuff. I have not seen
What's your favorite?
Totoro. I
Totoro? You haven't seen Totoro?
haven't seen
Manny for
Totoro,
Totoro.
and I still haven't seen Kiki's Delivery Service, which I
No.
gotta watch these things. I do really like. I liked like I saw Princess Mononoke in college, and then I would have seen Spirited Away late college. I mean, it came out my sophomore year, but I think I saw it on video later. And those are kind of in a tie for me.
On video later?
Yeah.
God, we're old.
Yeah. Maybe it could have been a digital video disc. I'm not sure.
Sure. Just
which is
that
good.
phrasing.
Do you own it? Because you should own it because all streaming services are taking away their movies. Oh, sorry. That's a different tangent we can go on later.
So great to know that I bought a lot of digital downloaded things and they'll probably all go away whenever they feel like it with no consequences.
Sure. Love it so much. So is it Princess Mononoke? Is that your favorite? Which one's your favorite?
I think Spirited Away is my favorite for now, but
sure.
Castle in the Sky really challenged that.
So good.
I don't think Spirited Away is replaceable. I think it's a really like perfect movie almost in every way. Like it could challenge almost any other piece of cinema throughout history to a fight and win most of the time.
Damn.
But Castle in the Sky was gorgeous, and it was so like I felt legitimately transported back to being a kid watching it. Like it was fun. It was an experience that I had. Like it's so rare to go to a movie or watch a movie and be like, wow, I'm just like in this and this is great. And I'm so excited for every little thing that's going to happen. And I'm kind of giggling at some of the cringy, silly stuff, like all of the pirate sons hitting on Cheetah, which like, yeah, there are problems with that on a realistic standpoint. But it's also like just adorable watching this like group of bumbling moron pirate boys like, oh, let me cook dinner for you. No, let me do your chores. No, here, I brought you flowers from the sky. Like, it's amazing.
And they were respectful, right?
Yeah,
they were like, we have a crush. But here was the thing, right? They develop a crush when she starts dressing like their mother.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's what got me like, oh. Okay.
They recognize her womanness because there's only one other woman they're ever around.
I guess so. But that was even funny because, in my dub, there's a part in the sort of toward the beginning where Sheeta has been like recaptured, and they've told her like lie to Patsu so that he leaves and we get him out of the way. And he goes back sad. Pirates are in his house, tie him up, and Ola, the mom pirate, is like eating really messily and really I don't know, just grossly, gluttonously. And she says something like, "Oh, Sheeta is like me, sensitive and soft, and I just see so much of myself in Sheeta." And one of the sons goes, "Sheeta's gonna grow up to be like mom?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, that's funny." Like maybe they've never seen a young girl before.
Presumably they haven't.
Young ladies as like totally separate from adult women. Yeah.
I feel like their existence is like they live on a skyship going on adventures for treasure. That's it. Like they don't have practical life experience in communities or anything like that.
So fun though. It's like they didn't have to run away to join the circus. They were born into the circus.
They sure were. Yeah. This movie also just has like really great, like it's just really great to have an antagonist situation that is like, okay, you think it's the state, right? You assume like, okay, the some government is coming after Sheeta, and then the pirates are coming after Sheeta. So you've got like, okay, there's two bad guys. And then you find out like, oh, as with almost every government that's doing bad things, there's a Hitler. And that Hitler is Muska, the Mark Hamill's character in the version I watched, who is just like objectively power hungry. Like that is all he wants is to control something. He wants to control magic and use it for his own destructive means, just to assert his authority.
Just cause.
And then our pirates turn out to just be like, well, they're not bad. They're just, for D&D purposes, they're just legit chaotic neutral. Like they have no interests other than their own, and they just go where the wind blows.
Right. Well, literally on their little
on their cool little dragonfly sky bikes.
Bike.
Even at the end, they were like, "Oh, they're both still up there." Oh well.
Yeah.
Like, they were like, "Oh, that's sad. Let's go."
God bless.
They're sad, but they're not going to die over it, right? Yeah.
They did wait a long time trying to rescue them, though.
That's true.
They were like, they're going to make it. They're going to make it. They're going to make it. Ah, we got to go.
I love the robots in this movie. These like magic powered, long armed robots. We get a really cool action sequence on a tower where one of the robots comes to life and starts attacking all the bad guys, all the soldiers, and here Miyazaki clearly is like referencing King Kong because we're on a tower, we've got a giant robot. And the giant robot grabs Sheeta for the first time and tries to like take her to carry her to safety. She doesn't know that. She's terrified.
She's freaking out. The reaction she should have had when she woke up in a strange boy's hut.
Sure, yeah. If his arms were longer, it would have been more of a thing. I don't know.
You know what? Spoilers. Spoiler ahead. When that robot falls to his death, I cried. Yeah. I cried.
That's fair.
I was so sad. How dare you guys hurt him?
Yeah, it's sad for all the robots. Like, you know, other than maybe, I guess, the robot in the garden might still just be in the garden hanging out with the Pokemon that live on its shoulder.
Yeah, right?
That's
Pokemon. I thought that was crazy.
I loved it.
What's that one called?
A bunch of Umbreons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of Umbreons.
Wait, legit? They were Pokemon? I thought we were using Pokemon. Like,
they look exactly like Umbreon.
No, they look like
how I would call
it.
But
Umbreon was like third series. I don't know. Umbreon came later.
Okay.
So
fun.
Inspiration.
Yeah. So, but
I feel like this movie inspired a lot too.
Oh yeah. I think it's like it's interestingly in between things because it comes out in 1986 or 84. Which one was it?
I think 86 because the first
86
dub was 88. Yeah, okay.
So it comes out 9 years after Star Wars. There are very similar parallels in the beats of the movie. You have a boy on a regular old planet. You have
We've got orphans.
A girl who is being
orphans. Yeah,
kidnapped.
good point.
They're orphans. You've got a final set piece that takes place on a giant object in the sky that kind of shouldn't be there, and it gets blowed up real good.
Yeah, sure
and
does.
The Han Solo pirates decide to leave, but then come back in time to save everybody.
Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. So Dola is Han Solo.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh-huh.
Does that make the sons Chewbacca?
Yes.
Yes.
Every one of them. They're all a Chewbacca.
Chewbacca is super attracted to Leia.
Is he?
I don't remember. You can never understand what he's saying, so he might be.
Good point.
Yeah, the whole
right?
time
He's
he's
just
like,
like,
hubba hubba ding ding.
Plus, he's really sad in the sequels when she dies.
Good point.
Oh,
fair point.
You know, have you read that factoid that Chewbacca was like about as smart, like in the canon, he's about as smart as a dog?
No, that seems unrealistic.
They're like, I don't know. It's just funny to me that Han Solo is like, this is my partner.
Well, because he owes him a life.
I mean, that's fair. Who doesn't want just a dog as their partner?
I think that my cat would look great in a little bandolier like Chewbacca was.
Yeah. Look, legit, if either of our dogs could walk on their back legs and like carry implements, we would let's go to the store, right? Yeah. You push the cart, I'll grab stuff. That would be great.
I think that we can, I don't know, little corgi legs probably aren't going to cooperate with that dream, but
it's not the most practical now.
We can commission some artwork.
Now you're talking about my dreams.
At Miyazaki, will you please animate this one thing for us, please?
I mean, maybe he would. Is he on Cameo? We could ask.
Ooh, you know who is?
Who?
I was hoping you guys would say it, but George Santos.
Oh yeah, I was going to guess that's where you were going.
I was hoping that you would.
I didn't want to leap to that place.
I wanted you to leap to that.
Well, okay, let's run it back.
I want you to see what I'm doing here, man.
Let's run it back. Let's try again.
How come we always have to see what you're doing and you never have to see what we're doing?
It's like you saw it, but you ignored it, which was hurtful. And I'm going to talk to my therapist about this.
The thing is I saw it and then I was afraid that I went to a dark place that wasn't necessary to go to. So I was hoping that you were like, oh no, it's David Duchovny or something. But no, George Santos, definitely.
Honestly, probably.
Yeah.
I think Pauly Shore is probably on that too. Kelly, what are you getting me for Christmas? I think Pauly Shore is on Cameo. I'm sorry.
I doubt that he is because I have heard that he's a little shithead when he does like interviews and stuff. Sorry, Chelsea. She's trying to take a drink.
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to talk about this movie without just like recapping it, and I don't want to just recap it because anybody listening who hasn't seen it should watch it, and if you have already seen it, watch it again because it's amazing.
Yeah.
Watch one of the variations that you haven't seen yet.
We all loved it, no matter which one.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna go back and watch the sub because I like to do that, especially with any foreign film. Like you want to get the actual sort of vocal experience and everything. It's just it really is. It's so some of the shots that are in this where there are clouds moving across and you have foreground and background motion and I mean
you're talking about the
like
Dragon Slayer part because that was hard to pay attention to both.
Yeah.
Wait,
I was
part?
like Dragon Slayer whenever it's like, oh, that's the drag, or was that different in the dub than the sub? Sometimes they have different words. I'm sorry. The clouds, what do they call the clouds?
Oh,
like
oh my god,
that rolls through?
Yeah, did they call it a storm? Because he calls it the Dragon Slayer.
I only remember them.
That's why I like watching the dub and the sub at the same time because you're like, man, these are contradictory.
I'm definitely gonna watch. I mean, I've already rented the sub, so I'm gonna go.
You got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just gotta go watch it. Wait, quick cue. Are you guys usually dub or sub? Chelsea, you like to watch them both at the same time. So what does that mean?
Not all every time, but
okay.
If you ever watch a dub and a sub at the same time, you're like, these are completely different.
That was something that I have never been able to do. Like I can watch movies pretty well with subtitles.
Oh, I can't go through the entire movie. Unwilling to do that. Sorry. I will watch like scenes from movies with both of them on because I'm like, I wonder what that means. And then I will go through.
Sure.
But like I have to choose one or the other. I'm not crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I just meant
I'm not
in
psychotic.
English.
It's fine.
Like I can read and watch what's happening on the screen reasonably well, but not in another language. So yeah, I was like, how do that?
Yeah, I think a lot of it,
okay.
at least with these, Miyazaki has a pretty good hand in the dubbing process too, where like he's involved in how it's translated.
That's good.
And so it feels like it's a little closer to this than, say if just some other studio bought it and was like, we'll translate this the way we want it to go. I don't feel like you lose all of the meaning, but they definitely do change. And yeah, like I said earlier, I sort of, whenever I watch one of these the first time, I watch a dub version just so I can absorb all the visuals because it is so like it's just very like there's so many little details in these from down to watching an egg cook and it looks like Miyazaki is so good at animating food and making it look delicious. Like every time there is food in any Miyazaki movie, it's like in Spirited Away, there is like a huge buffet in the very beginning of the movie and it makes me hungry every time I see it. And it's always just like, oh, look, just somebody's got like bread and cheese. And somehow they look like...
Love it.
It looks
Two
great.
favorite
Nothing's
things.
ever looked tastier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way they like slurped their eggs in that cave. I was like, that's funny. Should I be eating eggs that way? I love it. This looks great.
I also went through, I was like, do you have cooked eggs just hanging out in your... Like, how... I tried to think of the logistics of it.
What's the yolk situation here?
Exactly. Is it over hard? Is that how we're doing this? But it didn't look like it. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe he's got like a little poaching machine in his like camping lantern deal, right? Because he has like everything sort of expandable for the old miner guy down there.
That's fair. Yeah.
Maybe it was like a bag of water. Like he had it in like a sous vide, so it's like loose in there. It's got the space to move without hitting sides. Keep that yolk intact. And then I guess eat soggy eggs. Okay, there's a flaw.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that sounds like a nope. Eat soggy eggs. Never eat soggy watermelon. Northeast, southwest. It was like never eat soggy.
Every good boy deserves fudge. All the strings. Or the lined ones, and face
the trouble
is the in between. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I always did never eat slimy worms.
Only dry worms. That's the only kind you can eat.
Only dry worms. You can have normal worms. Yeah. No slimy ones.
They're slimy. They're not done yet. Put it back.
Okay. A woman at a bar last night asked me what phrase I used to remember the order of the planets.
And
yeah.
Go on.
I feel like you did
again,
this
please.
Recently.
I did do it. I did do it.
I was gonna say.
Did we do it recently?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, my mistake. Well, then double embarrassing that she was like, "What do you use?" And I was like,
"Do you just say the planets?" And then you're like, "I'm done."
Yeah, I was like, I guess I just
Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto.
I was like, my very educated mother
just shot
what?
Uncle Ned's
Pluto?
I don't know what she got up to.
Whoa.
I don't know. Yeah. Look,
what did
I just
she
started
say?
riffing.
Did she give you did she tell you
I
what
could not
hers
understand
was?
a word she was saying. The bartender ended up calling her an Uber. It was just mush mouth.
Maybe she said Mavebschnub, and then he was like, she's too drunk.
Yeah.
No,
I can't
it's
serve
saying
you
it
anymore.
together. She loves Saved by the Bell.
She also was like, I'm sorry, Nate, you might have to cut this out or don't. She was like, we were in a bar that is owned by Elon Musk's brother. And so we were
Elon
talking
Musk?
shit. What was it?
Nothing, keep going.
Kimball is his
Kimball.
name.
Yeah.
The kitchen?
No, the kitchen closed. We were
the
in
kitchen
upstairs.
closed.
Yeah. So we were talking shit and she was like, y'all talking about Elon Musk? And we were like, yeah. And she was like, I interviewed him once. And I was like, under what circumstances? And she said,
Good question.
he was in Rome having his children ordained. And I was like, so are you the
still not
Pope?
making
Like,
sense.
why were you there? I don't know. I still don't know.
So what would the interview be like? Do your children accept God?
I was like, which children? The grown sons or or like Grimes's baby? Like who? When? Why?
Questions. That makes sense.
I don't know. It's a mystery forever. She did not get in that Uber, by the way. I hope she's okay.
She like pushed the Uber over and keep walking.
She just didn't go downstairs. She just wouldn't
leave. Did she make the
leave.
decision because it was a Tesla and was like, absolutely no.
I
watched that Obama propaganda film. I will never get in a Tesla for the rest of my life. Guys, watch it. We'll talk about it later. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry.
I love this. I think this is our best episode ever. Easily. 100%. No questions at all.
I am going to watch more Miyazaki, though.
Oh, yay!
Like, I got to rewatch Princess Mononoke. Spirited Away sounds rad as hell. I do have a question about a character that I have seen online a lot. And I don't know if it's Miyazaki or I guess even if it's anime, it could be something else entirely. So I'm going to try to explain, and maybe you guys will recognize. It could be
Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Yeah, and his giant poops. The character in the black hood.
Yeah,
is that Spirited Away
with a white mask?
Yes, and
yeah,
but that's like a generally human shaped form all the time? Question mark?
Sort of.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
because there's a character that I've seen people cosplay as that is also in all black, and I'm remembering it with the similar like white face mask but with like weird limbs. Like the costume is always like stilts.
Does it have weird limbs?
Yeah, it's like
Nate's gonna have to answer this for us. Are you looking for a picture to send us? Because we are visual learners.
It's very elbow. I'm like lifting my elbows to be like, it's very elbow focused.
That makes me uncomfortable.
Because
it's creepy.
The character doesn't have like a form, really, is part of the thing.
Oh, she's just like smoky. Is she? Is she? They? They're just smoky.
Yeah, they're a they. We can't get into it too much without spoiling.
No,
their arc in the film. But
I don't know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually very scared about what you're talking about.
I genuinely...
There is one that somebody created that is not tied to anything that I've seen that was all elbows. And do kids love it?
I'm not sure.
I mean, here's the character does take on like spider.
Is that it? That's the one.
Okay.
Part of the thing with that character is it sort of like eats creatures throughout the movie and takes on some of their like characteristics when it does.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's probably
you want to be scared.
Look
at that. What if you had a chest mouth?
No, thank you.
Is that for you?
Thanks. Teeth?
Yes.
Teeth forward.
Is this why
Look at how big those teeth are. And they're right in the like what if your chest was all teeth?
No.
All teeth.
Chomp chomp chomp.
All teeth.
Chomp chomp chomp.
Gross.
The fastest way to chest mouth's heart is through the mouth stomach. Which is also the heart.
We can workshop this. We're gonna workshop it.
How are we?
Okay.
This seems like a moving castle. Is it related to Howl's?
So I also had that question.
Okay.
Based on the movies, absolutely cannot understand the relation. But the pirate looks like the witch.
Oh,
facial wise. So I don't know. Maybe they are just like. I don't know.
He's doing like an American Horror Story Mike Flanagan thing where it's the same cast of characters being recycled in different stories.
The design consistency across Miyazaki's films is there. Like you will see the same kind of like facial features on Dolo that you will see on the old lady in Spirited Away, and you will see in a lot of the stuff. So that tracks. I think that this might be the third movie that has a castle in the sky in it.
There was definitely
because I think Nausicaa has that also.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just kind of like it's a fun theme, right? Like, what's more exciting than the idea that there's a world above us that we don't know about and understand, and that holds magic and maybe communes with nature or communes with some better version of ourselves that was capable of things that we're no longer capable of.
How big of an inspiration do you think this was for Tears of the Kingdom?
Oh, I think it's huge.
Right?
I think this is huge. Yeah.
Even the part where they go into the heart
That's
of it, I'm like, oh, that's the same. They're still weird hieroglyphic thingies.
Hieroglyphs.
Zelda. Sorry. I'm sorry, Kelly.
Yeah.
No apologies.
Come with us.
To make sure.
But yeah, like the verticality of the game is definitely around this, right? The idea that like, hey, what if instead of going across, we went up?
Yeah.
And then there was meaningful up there.
When it went up, I was just, there were moments when I was like, oh, he can just get on his paraglider and go down to the other. And I had a hard time watching it because I was like, oh, this is a video game. He just needs to glide down to that other part.
Oh.
Like while he's climbing, I'm glad it's not raining. I'm glad he's climbing this. But there were like points where I was just like, oh, he can just pull out his hang glider. And then 2 minutes later, they were on that weird hang glider thing. So I was like,
perfect.
I feel like it's the same thing.
Perfect.
We don't ever need a Zelda movie. We can just watch Miyazaki.
I mean, look, if Miyazaki at now age 82 wants to make a Zelda movie, I'm all for it, though.
It would be the only right move for a Zelda movie.
Yeah, he would be the only person to do it.
Do you think who would do the voice? Because no one voices Link. Who would do the voice of Zelda? Would it be Chris Pratt?
Yeah, Chris Pratt. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris Pratt is Zelda.
Okay, for sure.
No, it's gonna be Mark Hamill. He's in everything.
God. No, he's gonna be Ganondorf.
Yeah, he would.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sure. You're right.
Sorry.
I guess.
It'll never happen.
I'm just agreeing. I'm like, yeah.
I don't think Miyazaki
like,
would.
I
I don't think he would play with Nintendo that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a brief video game tangent. Since we're probably sliding into the old.
We're gonna talk about another Miyazaki.
Anyway. What? Oh, well, yeah, we will.
Okay.
That will happen later. So get ready.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna see what you did there. I'm
She's
so
already
excited.
You're gonna see what I did there.
it.
I've already.
We're approaching the singularity.
Oh no.
We're one podcast host. But one of the things that gets me in contemporary video games is that falling from heights actually causes my stomach to jump into my throat every time it happens. Like I will be playing something like Cyberpunk or Zelda or anything. I'm like, I think I can
of other falling things.
We're like, I think I can make this jump, and you do it, and then suddenly you realize you're not going to because you missed the thing, and then it's like, okay, things are just moving past, and then suddenly, whomp, right? And it's not like it actually hurts, but I always have like that momentary, like, oh fuck, I'm falling.
Oh no!
And then you got to remember, like, oh no, you're not falling. It's just
a game.
You're really,
dude. I don't know if you should play around with VR.
Yeah,
that might be too intense.
Years ago, I went over to my friend's house. They had like a Oculus, and one of the games on there is a thing where it's just basically like walk the plank, and it is that. It's like you're on top of a very tall building, and the whole thing is to walk out on the plank and just jump off of it and fall. And I walked to the edge of the plank and looked down in these VR things. I was like, nope, I can't. I just can't do it.
I
know that I'm legit in a living room and I will not be going anywhere, but I do not want to experience this. It is not. No. It does not sound good to me.
But yeah, what if you die in VR, you die in real life? You've got to be careful. That was a plot point in one of the Men in Blacks. You have to jump off a thing to fall to time travel.
That was
sure.
Third.
Number 3. Yeah, the best one.
Good one.
Because they got to go back and see Josh Brolin's version of K. J.
Second best.
K.
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 Yeah.
I fed my cat, and he is a thick boy, and he gets so excited and runs over to his dinner dish whenever I feed him, and his little belly swings back and forth, and it's very, very cute and very funny. But tonight was something special. I don't know what was happening, but he was walking with his feet like splayed out,
like pigeon toed
run. Yeah, but the opposite of pigeon toed. It was like the other way.
Yeah, okay.
And so he's just like running to his food bowl in the funniest way I have ever seen. Such a treat.
He must have been hearing how much you like the animated stylings of Hayao Miyazaki. and was like, I can do that. You don't need movies.
I can do that.
I'm already a cat named Mouse. Let me do bits for you.
Oh God, he really commits. And actually, you might be onto something, because when I was watching this movie, he sat on me. He's always on me. He likes to sit on my chest, even when I'm sitting up, so that I can't see anything in front of me. But this time, he sat in my lap and just looked at me the whole time. Like, I don't know. I was like, can I help you? What do you need? Watch the screen, you little creep.
He's just getting lost in your eyes. That's sweet.
I guess so. I'm like, I'm trying to seam rip. Get out of the way.
You know who else is a prominent cat of carriage? It's our old friend, the Garf.
The Garf.
Because it's time for the MouthGarf Report.
Yay.
The MouthGarf Report.
The MouthGarf Report. Open wide for some lasagna.
I hate Mondays.
Wait, no. How was it? How does that go?
The MouthGarf.
Nope. Let's continue.
Listeners, you just got a taste of the new MouthGarf song by Michael J. O'Connor, because it's in this one. It's in this episode.
Yay.
We got that new one in there.
Yay.
He's eating some lasagna. He's hating Mondays. His mouth sounds. That's what you want in music.
Mouth sounds. My number one request.
Right? So,
yeah.
So my Garf report that I have available, not really any mouth business, but my Garf report is that I have seen in the last 4 days, I've actually tallied
5 Garfs?
5 instances, not 5 Garfs. I wish 5 Garfs. So I went on a little trip from Philadelphia to Denver, and while traveling through the Philadelphia airport, there was like a collector's wall in the airport. You know how they sometimes
Garfs?
just have like a display? There were no Garfs. There was like everything but Garfs. But I was I spent so long in that hallway. I had plenty of time at the airport, but I spent a lot of time like scanning through all of the things, because I was like, oh, one of these is surely a Garf. I went to a record store in Denver, Twist and Shout, great spot, and I looked through all of their Funko Pops, hoping to see a Garf. No Garfs. Because I was like, if I find a Garf, I actually, honestly, what I was going to do, if I saw a Garf, I was going to buy it and give it to Kelly when I saw Kelly. But I didn't see any Garfs, so I did not get a gift.
Dang it.
Other than the gift of gab.
Which,
but,
honestly, great. Impeccable.
Yeah, literally, this gab that we're doing, it writes all of our checks, you know? Paying the bills.
Oh.
The emotional only bills. And not even all of those. But the weird thing has been that over the last couple of days, I have seen 5 instances of the same classic Garfield strip from September 10th, 2001.
Oh, wow.
Where
Is this a dog semen one?
No, this is one where John is on the phone, and in the first panel, Garfield is sitting there smirking, and John is on the phone. He says, "He did what?" And then we get a break, and Garfield is smiling and says something. And then in the third panel, John says, "Oh yeah," because John's like, "Oh no, I gotta take another call. I'll be right back with you." And he changes. He goes call waiting, and he says, "He did what?" Now, this happened on September 10th. So everybody on these Garfield boards is like Tower 1, Tower 2, and Garfield is responsible. And that's why John is doing that. One person...
You saw this 5 times?
Yeah, it's fucking weird. It's that, I mean, it's just got to be my algorithm at this point. Is they're like, oh, you want Garf stuff? And the Garfiverse is just churning this meme right now.
They're like, I said never forget.
Yeah. Because there was one where they just they made it into a 6-panel where it's John on the phone and he's talking like George W. Bush, and you're getting the classic reaction shot from him while he was reading in a kindergarten class in Florida.
The guy whispers in his ear. Yeah.
He's like,
so yeah, that's the big Garf news, is that there's just Garf 9/11 conspiracy happening.
Weird.
It's not September when we're recording. It's late December. It's also, 2023. So we're in a weird
Sometime.
distance from that. Yeah, some stuff. It's just very interesting.
I did see that recently too. So it is coming back up for sure.
Yeah.
It is Garfield's fault, right? Like that was.
I mean,
not?
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what Bin Laden put in the documentation was,
Garf they tried to warn us.
Yeah. Garf was sort of endemic or indicative of American avarice and greed and gluttony.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
now I just want lasagna.
It's true. We all want lasagna now.
Ooh, I did get, speaking of Garf and lasagna, I did get the family pack from Olive Garden. Have you guys done that? You can get a nice lasagna.
I want to now.
And you get a full salad and you get like 8 breadsticks. It's pretty good. And it's like less than $50. And in the age of inflation, it's a deal.
Yeah,
it is a fucking deal.
You stretch that out over 2 days.
You can. 3 days even. Depends. If it's one person, it can be an entire week of food. I'm not even kidding. It's delicious. It's so much. It's wonderful. I mean, maybe don't make the salad last that long, but
sure.
You get an entire bottle of dressing because that's how big the salad is. Like when I say, and they give you tongs and everything for it. So I'm just doing a thing for Olive Garden. I'm sorry, everyone.
Amazing. Olive Garden. Debutbuddies@gmail.com. Let us know. We're here for sponsorship opportunities.
But if we're talking about Garf, that's my Garf related news stuff. Right? I didn't mean to jump into it, but lasagna, am I right?
Yeah. When you're in the MouthGarf Report, your family.
Oh my! I'm not even mad about that one. I'm really, really pleased.
This is where we come to embrace each other. Speaking of food inflation, though. I was, do you guys remember Maggiano's? Like Maggiano's in Italy? And how they used to be like, you buy an entree and then we'll give you another one to take home. And you just got 2 meals every time.
And they like came in the tub.
Yeah.
That, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they do that
Colorado
thing. Does anybody know?
What is
there
this?
was one in Colorado, but yeah. I don't know if it even exists anymore. It might have killed itself by
That sounds
being
wonderful, though.
Yeah.
Like you take something. I bought a bunch of stuff from Panda Express today. Man, I'm really name dropping a lot of corporations. And I bought enough to have food later because I didn't want to buy groceries.
Yeah. I mean,
if I'm getting takeout, it's got to be more than one meal.
Yeah. At least 4.
Yeah. The goal is always to stretch it. And sometimes, sometimes marijuana stands in the way of that. But
that's fair.
But yeah, because we'll go to a great place called Southeast Kitchen that's here in Wilmington, Delaware. Debutbuddies@gmail.com. And they're great. Always try to stretch it out over 2 days. And sometimes I actually can. But it's great. I mean, it's just good. Like that's the way to do it. Yeah.
Nice. I guess I don't have anything.
Okay, that's fine.
No bugs.
That's fine.
No mouth news. No
bugs. No
animal sighting. No. Any fabric news?
Okay. No. Okay. Maybe I have a bug news.
Ooh.
So I left my house today.
Ooh.
Briefly.
Hey, okay.
Applaud. Thank
Dipping
you.
out into that real
Thank
world.
You. Woo. And when I got back, I noticed that there are hella cobwebs all over my front door. Like I have been inside for so long that they just closed me in.
Do you have a back door that goes to like your car, or do you have a garage? What's your deal?
I just legitimately do not leave.
Great.
I just don't go anywhere.
I feel like it's like making your house the haunted house. Like
well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, fucking Boo Radley over
Perfect.
here.
Beautiful.
Just like, because if you order delivery or anything, don't they have to come to the door?
Yeah, I mean, this is mostly a bit. The door opens one way, the cobwebs are on the other side. But funny. Let me just be funny.
It's still great. I totally the door opens in on a house.
Right.
And so the cobwebs could be above, covering like
they're on the
space
other side.
in the door jamb. Yeah, it makes sense. It's
but they were
protected.
Very classic. I was like,
beautiful.
Miyazaki could have animated this.
Yeah. Could be like the little spider guys from Spirited Away. Watch it.
Oh,
no.
I'm gonna.
They're cute.
I'll find out. Tune in next fortnight for me to be like, it is like the little spider guys.
Yeah. If we can start a trend where things that I say make sense to you in 2 weeks. I love that idea.
Perfect.
That'd be the
Start a
fastest
trend,
ever.
or is that already a trend?
Yeah.
I think we're done. I don't have anything else.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, other than sort of mentioned this before, might cut it in the edit. I don't know, since it was kind of in the beginning. But Kelly and I saw each other in person, so we got to catch up briefly. I got to look at them teeth. They're good teeth.
She does have beautiful teeth.
Oh no!
True.
I should have been way
You
more
should have covered
self-conscious than I was.
I know.
Yeah.
You smiled
You
in
should
public
have-
like a normal person, and that's when
God,
I
I should have
struck.
worn my mask. Oh,
Made a
God.
mistake.
We had tea for myself and coffee. Kelly had coffee. We had a wonderful conversation. We talked about
good.
darning sweaters a little bit.
We did.
It was a
Yeah.
blast. We talked about this podcast and how much fun it is to do it.
Love it.
Yeah.
This conversation just made me jealous because it's working and I don't like
Yeah.
it. I don't like
Visit
it.
me.
Yeah.
Visit me, bitch.
Seriously though, we will figure out a way to convene in Arkansas for an episode and a bonfire and hanging out.
Hopefully I will have a house by then.
Yeah.
Well,
I believe
better
you.
wrap that up soon because I'm not coming in the summer.
Okay. That's fair. It's going to be very warm and very
Humid.
steamy. Yeah.
Gross.
It actually wasn't that hot this summer. I'm lying. Never mind. Ignore
I know
me.
that you are. Yeah.
That was the MouthGarf report.
Yay.
Are you guys ready to play your favorite game?
Of course.
The favorite
Always.
game?
I know one
Capital
of the answers.
T-H-E favorite game. You do know one of the answers.
I might not. We'll find out. I know the game. Is it the game? Never mind. We'll find out when
Oh,
we get there.
we're gonna play I See What You Did There.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Briefly,
Okay.
a thought that has been kind of crossing in and out of my brain for a while, and not just tonight, but so many things do that. It's just that, like, because of Japanese naming conventions, Hayao Miyazaki, the last name is Hayao, right? And Miyazaki is first name.
Oh.
And it strikes me that I've always heard people reference like, oh, Miyazaki's films, but that would be like saying Steven's films when talking about Spielberg, as if we all know what Steven you're talking about, right?
Interesting. I did
that
not
could be
know
fucking
that.
I mean, you do
Soderbergh.
though, right? If
Well, it could
somebody
be
was like
Soderbergh.
Steven's films, no.
Stanley's films. I guess Stanley Kubrick.
You know which one that is.
Wait, who's the other Stanley?
I don't know. I can't think of another Stanley. So Stanley is actually one
Stanley
of the worst.
Steamer, tough on dirt, gentle on
Could be.
carpet.
Yeah, it could be their films.
Gotta be Stanley Steamer.
Yeah.
Stanley Steamer. Debutbuddies@gmail.com. So in any case, Miyazaki, first name.
Okay.
Hayao, last name. Let's play I See What You Did.
Wait, no. Okay,
Yes.
what is it? Is it going to be Miyazaki? What is the theme? You're supposed to give us like an overarching.
Yeah, this is all gonna be connected to Studio
Okay.
Ghibli films.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've already mentioned titles of quite a few of them, and you've mentioned one of the characters, though not their name. So we'll see if you can figure it out. I think you can, because I bet you know the other half of the clue. It's gonna be
Feels like a no
fan.
from me.
Okay. We got it. We got it.
You got it.
Yeah.
You've got it.
Yeah, that's what you
Come
got.
on.
Yes. Speaking of Stevens, King. Am I right?
Yeah, King. Like, oh yeah,
That's
Stephen's
what you've
books.
got.
You guys like Stephen's
Stevens
books?
books?
Where's
That
another
actually-
Stephen?
That's kind of a fun like litmus test party game to just see what people's tastes are.
Ooh.
And be like, oh, do you like Stephen's books? And see who they start.
What
to talk
other
to.
Stevens?
Well, exactly.
I don't know.
There have to be other Stephens who write books, right?
Wouldn't it be crazy? What if we just discovered that not
There's
one
literally no other
Stephen
Stephens that write books.
in the history of time? Just no
This
interest.
will be fun. Yeah.
But like if you say, oh, you like David's films,
Oh, that's it.
we talking
that's funny.
Davy Lynch?
Oh, I was thinking Fincher.
Yeah, we talking Fincher,
Whoa.
right? That's a
Oh.
good
And
one.
I had the dumbest thought, which was Duchovny, and I was like, I guess Element was good.
Well, I
or
also
whatever.
thought Attenborough, and I was like, no, that's
Oh.
just as a narrator.
But they're all valid answers, and you would have so much fun just talking through people's proclivities
Oh my
through
God.
how they name associate with people's first names.
We found
right
the next
up
party
until
game.
somebody breaks their beer bottle on the bar top to fight you over your incorrect opinions.
Which both Lynch and
Then
Fincher
that
would
means you're around
love.
the correct
That's what I'm
people.
saying.
They would just
Yep.
shoot it very differently. Fincher would be like, look at the aggression, and Lynch would be like,
Yeah.
Look at
now
how weird
there's
I can make
a man in
it.
a
It would be,
banana
like,
costume
so far
walking through
away.
frame. Yeah.
Yeah. It would be suddenly like a play proscenium shot. Yeah.
People talking backwards.
Yeah, got to.
All right. Number 1 for I See What You Did There. Christian Bale voices this character in a Miyazaki film whose name shares with an Allen Ginsberg poem. And
How?
this is a Whitney Houston song whose lyrics begin, "There's a boy I know, he's the one I dream of, looks into my eyes, takes me to the clouds above. Mm-hmm. Oh, I lose control, can't seem to get enough. Uh-huh. When I wake from dreaming, tell me, is it really love?"
Howl.
Howl. Uh-huh.
Lynn? I don't know the rest. I don't know. I do not. The part of this that you would expect me to know, I do not know.
Yeah, same.
The song
We're
title
going for
is
the
a
title.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay.
song title is a
Howl
question.
into the moon. Howl moon. Moon.
How will
into
I
the
live
at the
without
moon.
you?
It's a
Oh,
This is
How
very
will
close.
I live with
Without
No, I'm
you.
right.
But that's Leanne Rimes and
Oh,
somebody
fine.
else. 2 people did that song and they
Yeah,
released it
fine.
at the same time.
Fine. Okay, let's focus up.
I want to know. Yeah. But it is a similar question about being unsure about love.
How will I know if he really loves me?
Oh!
There it is. How will I know?
Good job.
You see what I did there. How will I know? Yeah, Christian Bale plays Howl from Howl's Moving Castle in the dub.
That is wild.
Right?
And he's also in Boy and the Heron. Is he the boy?
I think
Or
he
is
might be the heron.
No, the
Sick.
heron is
Oh, I
Robert
think he's the boy.
Pattinson.
Yeah. No, I
Wait,
think he's
is
the
that
boy.
going to come up
God.
in a later?
No, it's not. Don't
Oh,
worry.
damn.
I didn't reference that at all because I didn't want to spoil it for
Haven't seen it.
anybody.
Okay, that's fair. Thank you. Oh, sorry, spoilers.
Oh.
But no,
He does
now
a great
people
job.
are confused as to who is the boy and who's the
Nothing.
heron. And I think
Everything.
that is the pivotal question of the film. So that's great.
We're helping.
We're getting people excited about a movie
Yeah.
that came out several months ago and might no longer be available to watch.
Rent it.
Who
If
will
the
be?
internet still exists.
Do it.
Oh, landlines, guys. Okay. Anyway, number 2.
Okay. Number 2, Porco Rosso is a wonderful anti-war Miyazaki film that features a pigman pilot. And the title is sometimes translated from Italian as this. And this is a phrasal verb meaning to gorge one's self with food.
Mm.
Will you say it again?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Porco Rosso is a wonderful anti-war Miyazaki film that features a pigman pilot, and the title, Porco Rosso, is sometimes translated from Italian as this into English.
Got it.
So give me the English for Porco Rosso.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
Wait, second part.
this is a phrasal verb, so a phrase that's a verb, meaning gorge oneself with food.
Okay. Do you know Rosso, Kelly?
I'm assuming that it's red.
Okay. So
You would
red,
be assuming
pig
correctly.
out,
Yeah, it's give me another synonym for red.
rose.
Maybe one that would be
Rouge.
used to describe blood.
Burgundy? I don't know.
Merlot.
it's fine.
Crimson.
Crimson. Yeah.
Crimson.
Crimson pig out.
pig. Crimson pig out. Yeah. Crimson pig out is the correct answer.
Got
Yeah.
it.
You see what I did
Got
there?
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
Got that.
honestly astonished that the thing that I brought to that was an Italian translation.
Boom. Right? The movie is effectively the Red Baron kind of story.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
But he's
Okay.
also like turning away from all the war stuff and acknowledging how it's altered him and prevented him from finding love and all. It's great.
If I'm being honest with you, the only thing I know Red Baron from is the pizza.
Oh yeah. Well, or Snoopy
same.
riding the back of his doghouse.
Nope.
Oh.
That's
that was my.
I did not
only-
link them together, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Did I tell you I went to is it Jim Davis who did the Peanuts?
No, Charles
No,
Schultz.
That's Garfield.
Jim Davis is
Charles
Garf.
Schultz. Yeah. I went to Charles Schultz's hometown a few months ago.
No.
Lots. I will send you a picture of a Snoopy statue.
Oh.
Excellent.
So that you have it.
I'll get Mikey on the line for a SnoopGarf Report song.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect.
Just keep making
There
us
is a
theme
lot-
songs.
There is so many Peanuts things available at thrift markets, flea markets,
Oh,
thrift stores. No Garfield. No fucking Garfield, though.
Because Garf's in
Because
high
everybody
demand.
collects the Garfs.
Everyone
Yeah.
loves the Garfs. It's so difficult. It's so
Ironically,
difficult.
no one's nuts for the nuts.
No. What?
They're fielding
Peanuts.
Garf.
Gotcha.
See what you did there.
That's right.
Number three. What's number three?
Number three.
Number 3. This is the name of the white masked devouring force in Ghibli's Spirited Away. And this is the title of John Woo's Nick Cage, John Travolta cinema masterpiece.
Face Off.
Yeah.
Okay.
White
No
Face
Face
Off. I
Off.
don't know.
No face off. You see what I did there? Very good. Yes. The character's name is No Face.
High five, Kelly. Come on. Yeah.
They're fiving, listeners. They're fiving through the Zoom.
Will you edit in a slap?
Yeah. I'll try to find one. It might be like a
Well,
weird
bam.
wet slap. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Fireworks.
Yeah. No Face is like rewatch Spirited Away because No Face's
We're gonna
arc
say
is so
rewatch
compelling.
Face Off.
Also rewatch Face Off.
Double feature at our
Double
bonfire.
feature?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm 2,000% into this. Like
Yes,
I'm all ready.
agreed.
I'm ready. I'm already
I'm
ready.
booking tickets now.
I will start fasting from looking at anything starting tomorrow so that when that happens it's the first time light hits my eyes in like 6 months.
I can't wait.
Oh, it's gonna be perfect.
Okay, number 4. Number 4, here we go. This is the last one. This is a 2018 horror anthology series from Hulu that was produced by Jason Blum and ran 2 seasons. And Hidetaka Miyazaki, not to be confused with Ghibli's Hayao, masterminds this series of notoriously difficult medieval RPGs made by FromSoft.
In the Dark Souls.
Into the Dark Souls, yeah.
Into the Dark Souls.
Boom.
Okay.
Whoa,
You saw
dude.
what I was doing there. You saw it. You got it. You did it.
I was waiting for the Dark Souls.
Whoa.
I was waiting for
Yeah.
it. I was on the edge of my seat. Didn't know it would be number 4, but feel good about it.
It was number 1 originally, but I moved it to the bottom because it
That
was
was
the most
smart.
esoteric one. But then you brought up the other Miyazaki, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
well, this is over with. I
Because
could have
he's
left it up
very
top.
positive and optimistic.
Yeah. He's a bubbly man
He's the opposite, and he makes the
And creates
darkest
hyperbolic
visuals
worlds.
ever.
with
We've got-
Lovecraftian horrors that you have to fight hundreds of times before you figure out how to beat them. And then,
We've got like a Beyond the Looking Glass Miyazaki situation. We've got Bizarro World Miyazakis.
Mhm.
yeah.
I love this.
This
Somebody-
is literally the 2 Davids. These are our 2
I-
Miyazakis.
I feel like this must be a fan fiction that exists. Somebody has written something about this, and I can't wait to find it.
I would 10,000% play a Hayao Miyazaki Dark Souls game. Like if
Oh,
FromSoft made a game where all the animation was done in the style of Studio Ghibli,
Then it would just be a cozy game. It would be a cozy game that was scary.
it would be a torturously
same
difficult
time.
cozy game.
Yeah.
It would be like when you like fall asleep and roll over and wrap yourself in the comforter, and then you try to roll back but you're
Then you get
stuck
trapped. Mhm.
and your arm
I don't
goes
know if
numb.
I've
It would be
had
that
that.
kind of cozy.
Arm goes numb. Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
that problem.
Terrifying.
Terrifying cozy. Oh,
Yeah.
trademark.
Trademark.
Yeah.
A horror cozy game. That's what we're gonna bring to you, y'all.
Copyright.
Kelly, you're gonna have some time on your hands. You want to make a cozy horror video game while you're hanging out?
No, because I'd have to learn how to play video games
That's
and like
fair.
what people like about them.
You could
but,
just
We
ask
can
us.
tell you.
I think
Sorry,
I
wait.
got the
you're asking
cozy
me to
Nate can do the horror, I
program
guess.
the video game. Absolutely not. Under no circumstances. I did not just quit my programming job to program in my spare time.
You don't want to build a proprietary graphics engine?
I would rather die.
Well, that's kind of the point of the game. So you're winning already?
Well, then I'm going to LARP it, and y'all can figure it out on your own.
That will be the name. I would rather
R.I.P.
die.
Kelly?
I would rather die.
Oh, that's good.
By R.I.P. Kelly. That's the name of the studio. We're all in it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this all in my will so that when I do die, you can use it.
How many devs? How many devs? How many devs? How many devs?
I think it's important now that we talk about Debs, right? Is it Debs time?
10 out of 10.
Debs.
Yeah.
Sorry, I jumped the gun. I needed to. This was one that wasn't immediate. The closest to the Debs itself. This was very close.
Yeah. This is whatever scale we're using, the fraction is going to reduce to 1 for me. So 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, 12 out of 12, whichever scale from our past we are selecting. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It's just so good. Like there's no
It's so good.
I'm just going to re-say everything that I said earlier to talk about it, but it's just like it's beautiful. It's a really interesting story. It's well written, and it transports you away from this place, right? Yeah. Which so many films now either flat out refuse to do because they think like, no, it's about confronting the darkness within us. And it's like, look, that's every fucking day. That's every minute of every day. This is like,
I would like some escapism, please.
Thank you.
Yeah. And this is like full on genuine, beautiful escapism where it unlocks. I don't know about the both of you, but like so many movies when I was a kid. And part of the reason why I used to love Star Wars so much was that I would watch that and feel exhilarated and excited about the potential of my life, right? And I think, I think sadly and ironically, part of the reason why I like Star Wars less and less is not just because a combination of toxic fandom and lesser quality movies / franchising, but also just that like it's harder and harder for me to to come away from an experience and go like, my life has a lot of potential and anything like this could happen in it, right? But this movie did that, where I was just like, fuck, this would be cool. This is just beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. The idea of just like, I'm going to go in the air and we're going to find a floating island. And there's just, the essence is that there is magic in nature that exists. And even if someone has tapped it for nefarious means, it can transcend that. And that is really, that's really heartwarming. And that's really like a positive vibe when you think about all of the sort of apocalyptic aspects of modern existence. To go like, oh, no, this movie is really about how good stuff will just get past these shitheads. Like, not everybody else might make it. Like, the whole civilization on Laputa is gone. But the essence of it lives on.
Yes. And it was also like, I think that is exactly why I thought that this was so beautiful, because so much content, I hate that was the word on the tip of my tongue. That's sort of what I'm talking about. So much art that confronts these themes ends with, and then we fucked ourselves over with technology. End of story. And this one went a little bit beyond that, where it's like, okay, we fucked up, but look, the not the world, but this floating island, like, nature is returning. There are animals here who are thriving. There are still not people, but at least one robot who's here to like protect what has continued to thrive. And so it has that little bit of optimism of like, okay, we fucked up, but we can try again and learn those lessons and do better. Like, it's not fatalistic. It's like, fucked up, learn, grow.
No, fucked up, learn, grow. Love it.
Fucked up,
Can
learn,
I
grow.
can I put that is that my live, laugh, love? Tucked up,
Oh my
learn, grow.
God.
I'll
Merch.
put it on everything.
That might be a tattoo right there too. Still haven't done those, Kelly. So we gotta.
Yeah, I know. We were together. We should have gotten our X-Files tattoos.
Maybe the guy at the
alas.
coffee bar at Tattered Cover would have done it for us.
Tatted
He
cover.
wasn't
am
that
I
busy.
right?
Just take your pen out and make some magic happen, dude.
I'll tip.
Yeah. No, I love it because it is. We live kind of in this era of this almost post-sincerity irony about everything too, right? Like
Yeah.
the immediate contrast to what you were saying, Kelly, that I thought of is like Don't Look Up being a movie that's like, hey, climate change is happening and we're all ignoring it and everybody important's ignoring it, and then it just kills us. And that's the story.
Yeah.
And it's like, ha 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 ha, how funny is that
Spoiler,
happened?
first of all. Spoiler.
Well, sorry. Spoilers for a not very good movie that no one should have given as much credit as it gave to.
Okay, double spoiler.
But
We all love
like,
Meryl, so we'll keep it with that.
fair.
Love Meryl.
But like this, this movie is really about sort of our temporality and how things transcend us.
Yeah.
And they certainly will. And that's beautiful. And also we can learn how to change. Like that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Like this movie is about learning how to change. Like that like Patsu goes home knowing that like, okay, this magical thing was real. And it also informs the entire adult person he's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh God, I already need to watch this again because he also had been like dreaming and fantasizing about Lapida. He had heard these stories from his father. He believed that it was true, and then he found that it was true.
Yeah.
So follow your goddamn dreams.
Right.
Oh.
Do meet your heroes.
Meet them. If
There you go.
that
Okay.
hero is a place.
Yeah, boys, sure.
Not a person.
So 12s, 10s, 5s all around.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Best thing ever.
Yep.
I'm so glad
Yep.
that we watched this.
Me too.
What a wonderful thing. I wish that there were more firsts in Miyazaki's canon that we could do.
I think that Kelly and I are excited because we have first Miyazaki's that we have not experienced.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some of
We get to
mine.
keep
There's some for me
going.
too. So yeah, I mean, we could come back and do like
Yeah. Our
Kelly's
first
first.
Miyazaki viewing of Nausicaa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or this Boy and Heron.
mhm.
Yeah. First time we watch a movie that's currently in theaters.
Boom.
Maybe. let's be realistic with our
Yeah.
commitments.
It was once in theaters.
We can try.
We might be able to put it together. You never know. Look,
Yeah.
we are
We
unpredictable.
can synchronize
if
the
nothing
times.
else.
Wait, what are we supposed to go watch together and live stream?
Oh.
It was a bit from last time.
I don't know. Savannah, email us. What were we
Yeah,
supposed
Savannah,
to
email
watch?
us.
We love you. Please email us and tell us what we said. Our next episode, we're going to talk about the first board game,
Mhm.
which is probably going to take us way back in time.
Yeah.
But we're also probably going to talk about other board games and stuff. So just get ready, Pete.
Yeah.
Just get ready.
If you liked a board game, board game with us.
Join
I
us.
can't wait.
Roll some dice. Pop that pop-o-matic bubble. Say you're sorry.
Yeah,
We're
that's what
gonna
I
have
was
a good
thinking of.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun getting
do
into
surgery
trouble.
on your dad.
Ooh.
Right?
Is it water on the knee? Man, I
Yeah.
just know jingles.
Dude.
It's a whole bucket. See? Throw another
Save
one
it.
out.
Save it for the next.
I'm just trying to get people warmed up and excited.
We grew up in an era of toy and commercial jingles that will never come back.
No.
Like everything was
it
very
will.
descriptive.
It'll
and
become a
chatty.
TikTok sound.
You'll get caught up in the crossfire.
Crossfire.
Right? There was a kid, he's got a bandana on. They're shooting ball
Robots
bearings at each
in
other across the
disguise.
table. Like that's the game.
Oh, I'm so excited to talk about just all the jingles.
We're gonna have so much fun. It's gonna be great. We're gonna talk about first board game / other board games probably, but whatever. We'll get to it. Listeners, if you like this podcast, please subscribe, rate, review us. Go to Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. Tell us how Miyazaki's films have changed your life, or how Miyazaki's video games have changed your life. You can do both. We're never going to get Kelly to play the first Dark Souls game, but maybe
Sorry.
Maybe.
we might get Kelly to watch
We can get her to
videos
watch
on
it. That's what we'll
YouTube
do.
of playing it.
Bonfire, and then we'll play Dark Souls.
Fucking bonfire. Chelsea, you hit it because bonfires are the home bases in the Dark Souls games.
Perfect.
Oh, that's right.
Bonfire.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
know
where you
that.
recharge.
The more you know.
Yeah, you rested a bonfire.
For your
Damn.
mana? Is it your mana?
Well,
Where's that
you get your
power?
health back
Bread?
and your
It's
and all
just
your
health.
spell stuff. You get everything back
Boring.
when you rest at the
Okay.
bonfire. It's a very
Does
important.
that happen in
it's also-
Zelda? Is that all games?
I mean, kind of, yeah. But I think the Dark Souls
Okay.
games kind of made it the thing that everybody else
Wow,
copies
okay.
now, because like the Jedi Fallen Order games do the same thing.
Oh,
Like everything
okay.
has adopted some Souls-like quality. Anyway, look, we're gonna do that episode maybe sometime, or when Kelly decides she's leaving the podcast, or when we can convince her to
Oh.
just watch videos.
No, I've watched somebody play Dark Souls already.
Great. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can
The
watch more.
entire thing?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Watch an entire Let's Play by Fighting Cowboy or one of the other people. There's a
there
few
a
that I've
speed
watched
run
that I'm aware
that
of.
I
Is
can
there a
watch?
speed run? Is there?
I think the speediest run is still going to be like 4 hours. I don't. Anyway, look.
Oh
look,
my
look,
God.
Look.
I don't even
look,
think I could
look.
do that. I don't think
That
I
actually
could.
works for me. So
Damn.
All right. That's a story for another day. Give us those 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Rate us with the highest number of stars available on whatever other thing you use. If you use another thing, use all the things. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Be
please.
ubiquitous. Yeah. If you like the music, especially that brand new MouthGarf song, check out Michael J. O'Connor, michaeljoconnor.bandcamp.com. He is fantastic. His book, Dead Broken the Yonder Void, will be coming out from Spaceboy Books in, let's see, probably about 3 weeks on Leap Day, February 29th, 2024.
Oh, the leap year?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Nothing ever
I'm
goes wrong in a
learning
leap year.
So much.
Oh, God.
Got an extra day to fuck it up, people. Let's do it.
Oh no.
Um,
Oh no.
So yeah, if you like that stuff, great. And check out Spaceboy Books, read spaceboy.com.
And if you miss me and Chelsea in between releases of debut buddies, you can find us over on Never Show the Monster, where we talk about horror movies. Not intelligently, just a lot of dick jokes. It's sort of like this, but
Yeah.
scary.
I think some people are scared of this too.
Yeah,
fair.
probably.
Yeah.
It's your teeth obsession that they're afraid of most.
God,
it's not
that's
even-
truly the scariest part.
It's not even that extreme. Okay.
It wouldn't be a problem if you just hand them over, but everybody's like, they're in my head. You can't have them. I mean, come on. What am I supposed to do?
You know what? When I finally get my, here's my MouthGarf report here at the end. I am going to finally have to get my wisdom teeth taken out. I'll send it to you.
Oh, shit.
When
I'll
are you
send them your
doing
way.
it? I will schedule
know.
mine at the same time.
Okay, we'll have to wait probably until I get a new job because I will not be able to afford it.
Okay, sounds great.
If we can coordinate
I
it
will
with
wait
the
some time.
bonfire, I vote that we burn the wisdom teeth on the bonfire.
Oh, I thought you were going to come pick us up from
Whoa.
a dental
Oh, yeah.
place
Yeah.
at Oral Surgery.
Yeah, Nate, take care of us.
Yeah.
We're going to be hopped up. You
One
can
of you,
record it. It'll
one
be
of you
released
just
on
out
our
of your minds on
Patreon.
each arm. Come on, let's get in the rented minivan. We're going to a fire now.
Yay.
After I got mine out, like I legit slept the entire weekend. It was like
Oh.
That sounds wonderful.
I don't remember which
I haven't
painkiller
slept
it
in
was.
so long.
It was one of the heavy painkillers where it was just yeah.
Percocet.
Sleepy
Yeah,
time.
it was Percocet. It was absolute Percocet.
Yeah.
I was out of it
Yeah.
coming out of the dentist from the anesthetic, and then here, take 2 Percocet. I remember watching some Real World Seattle, I think,
Oh,
to give you a little timestamp,
Whoa.
and then I was
That's
gone.
the one with the
There
guy
was
with the lips,
Karamo?
right?
Oh.
Yeah. Guy definitely had lips.
Wait,
Guy
which
with the
season?
lips.
The original season or the second season?
The
Wait.
original season where the one guy hit the girl in the face who had Lyme disease. Yeah,
Gotcha.
classic stuff.
Mhm.
You think you know, but you have no idea.
No, I-
Yeah. So yeah, first board game. We'll be back
Puck?
with you.
Is that the guy with the lips? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, Puck.
Okay, there we go.
He was in New York. He was in first New York season
Oh, okay. That's where I'm
Oh.
getting
Yeah.
confused. Gotcha. Thank you.
because he would like eat his boogers all the time, and everybody thought he was.
Ew.
funny.
It's pretty gross.
And he was a bike messenger. I think that was his whole thing.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Premium Rush with Joseph Gordon-Levitt? Anyways, never mind.
yeah, I
Let's move on.
Chelsea, that's like the third time though that we saw what we were doing there, because I was going to mention Premium Rush, and then you brought it up. So
The singularity is upon us.
true.
Shocking, because that is not a very famous or good movie,
No.
but it exists.
But it's like the only bike messenger movie that I know of.
Same.
So I was
There's
like,
gotta be another
gosh.
one. There's gotta be another
With
one.
JGL. Yeah. Nope.
Another one with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. There's at least 3.
Bike messenger movies with JGL?
Yeah. Give me some
So-
time. Brick?
Brick?
Not a bike messenger in that.
No,
But
but
he's a
I
brick
can
in that
imagine that
movie,
he rode a bike.
Which was
in
that was tough. Ryan
think
Johnson
he rode
got
a
an
bike.
entire
It's
brick out of him.
Yeah.
Wah.
What else? What other movies? Now I'm just 10 Things I Hate About You. He rode on a bike at no point in that movie. I don't know why I said that one.
Does he ride on a unicycle in the movie where he's the tightrope walker that goes between the Twin Towers?
Probably.
That makes sense. That would make sense that he would do
That
that.
counts.
That feels like it's for sure.
Right? Unicycle with one of those really long rods
Yeah.
for balance.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't do it between the Twin
500
Towers,
Days
but-
of Summer. Did he do it in that? I feel like
They
he
all
would
for
have.
sure.
Ooh,
rode
the one
like
where
a
he shaved
tandem
his
bike.
head.
The one where he had cancer.
50-50.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Man,
mhm.
we just should talk about Joseph Gordon-Levitt for an episode. We got a lot of content.
Yeah.
A lot of art, as Kelly likes to call it.
Yeah,
instead
let's
of
let's talk
Yeah,
about the
a lot of
art that
art.
is Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Jordan Jevitt.
Hey,
That's
look,
his brother.
it's pronounced Joseph
Joseph.
Jordan because of Jif, right?
Ugh.
Joseph Horton. Sorry.
He's a graphical
Is that what we're
interface,
calling
Levitt.
We gotta wrap this
What
up.
are we doing?
we
What are
really
we
do.
doing?
Look,
We're off the rails.
I
The
would-
rails have left us on the unicycle.
it's
fine.
true. We are careening toward the end of the episode. Listeners, thank you so much for joining us. Yoha.
Yoha.
Aloha.
Bye, buddies.
Bye.
First